Here we go, 4-5 on the gantry. When they go out, we'll be underway for the only night race of the year. Poor start for Raffaele Marcello. Rossi's got straight past him. Meanwhile, for the lead, it's Van Dorn versus Gasly, and Gasly really squeezed Van Dorn there to maintain his advantage, as Marcello's off the road in the background, and they go 4 wide into the first turn, with Gasly ahead of Van Dorn, and Marcello dropping back even further. A nightmare for him. Gasly, Van Dorn, Evans, Lynn, Haryanto, and Rossi, your order as they go down to a corner that always seems to create drama on the first lap. We had contact here last time. Are they all going to get around? I think they are. Meanwhile, we've got Racing Engineering battling as they go down the main straight. Not this time with DRS, of course.
And barring Marcello, everyone else in grid order.
Here we go again at the start. You saw Van Dorn in the second phase of it. A much better getaway. Gasly knew it and squeezed him to the inside.
Yeah, Van Dorn was so cautious. I'm surprised. Having got the championship in the bag, I thought he'd just send that one up the inside. There's runoff on the outside as well. But Marcello just went absolutely nowhere off the line, and Rossi did well to avoid him there. Yeah, looking ahead to the inside, it was so tight with Van Dorn and Gasly, but Gasly, great job, held it on the outside, last of the late breakers, and it's paid off massively.
So he maintains the lead. He has just set the fastest lap as we go back to a few moments ago when Marcello getting past King, and this was the contact as we saw a little bit of the end fence disappear.
Yeah, I think Marcello, it was a bold move up the inside there, but he committed well and left King enough space, and then Jordan looked like he just missed his minute. So aggressive on this first lap, he couldn't quite make it there.
And here comes Nato down the inside of Jordan King. That was a really bold move, and you see the advantage of the super soft rubber at this stage of the race. We saw Stoneman lining up a move. That's what you can see at the top of your picture as Marcello tries to go past King. Here comes Stoneman on Latifi, and Raffaele Marcello has got round the outside of Jordan King, but has made contact. Does he have a puncher?
King's definitely lost some of that front wing end plate, the front left there, I think, and now Marcello's going to find out on this next braking zone if he's got a puncture or not. Hits the brakes, he's cautious, but it looks like the car's still with him, so he may well have got away with that. And
King is being swallowed at the moment. McGraw trying to inflict even more pain as Jordan King, the use of DRS. Stoffel Van Dorn is right with him throughout that final sector. Brilliant to run on board there with the 2015 GP2 champion, because you can see at the moment, for whatever reason, Van Dorn is extremely close to the rear of Gasly as they head through turns number 3.
Yeah, you make a good point, actually. Gasly's not pulled away at all in sector 3, so this is where he's going to come under big problems from Van Dorn. This is where DRS going to get the detection coming up there, and he's straight for the inside.
Is he trying down the inside before he even gets DRS? He's got the lead of the race. Stoffel Van Dorn checking the wing mirrors, but you're through Stoffel. Gasly will try to come back immediately. You see the toe, was that tactical? But now, in the DRS zone, Stoffel has the use of the drag reduction system. He's still having to defend from Gasly, heading down into turn 8.
Yeah, because he passed him after the detection point, so that was really smart from Stoffel there. Did it, so he had DRS on the exit as well, and Gasly couldn't respond even with the slipstream.
Gasly is now going to come under enormous pressure from Mitch Evans. Be interesting to see if Gasly can gather himself and maybe claw back the advantage to the Belgian. But we've got Mitch Evans going down the inside. What a move from Mitch Evans. Last of the late breakers into turn 11, and Pierre Gasly started this lap in the lead. He's going to finish it at best in
stuck in sector 3. And this is the replay of Van Dorn, late, committed up the inside. The natural line there is what Gasly did. He goes wide to try and get the exit, and a clean move for the lead.
And a queue forming behind Pierre Gasly. Not what many expected at the start of this race as Evans tries to do something about the lead of Van Dorn. Rossi thinking about an unconventional move on Rio Haryanto. That would be for 6th position. Van Dorn has a 1.3-second lead over Mitch Evans as they go on to lap 5, and Haryanto's down the inside of Alex Lynn. They're passing all over the place today, and now Rossi fancies something. You won't get through there.
Yeah, good luck making a move at the inside of turn 2, but it's not going well for Dams, is it? They had such strong pace yesterday, and now Lynn's falling back as well.
And here, coming through down the inside, steaming through down the inside, is Raffaele Marcello, who, after an appalling start, he's going to take 2 cars in 2 corners. Extraordinary stuff. Absolutely brilliant driving, and does Lynn and Rossi have a problem? Because Markelov is steaming through as well.
Yeah, no, what's happened? Look, Markelov's on the medium tyre, so the super softs are just gone. In 4 laps, they've already fallen to pieces, and they really need to come in and get them off, but they've got to do 6 laps for the pit stop window.
Markelov absolutely making hay while the sun shines. We saw the drop-off last year, passing in the corners that they are, but the super softs have gone off the cliff.
Yeah, it's like one of those races where someone starts on wets and someone's on slicks, and the people on slicks just carve through at the end. I mean, it's absolutely outrageous. Marcello through again. How many? Is that 5 places in 1 lap?
He's absolutely storming through. Amazing to watch. Marcello making his medium rubber work at this stage as Haryanto, despite being on the super soft, is going to get passed by Artem Markelov, sends him wide. King's going through as well, and the order here is changing every couple of corners. Absolutely extraordinary stuff in Abu Dhabi as Gasly tries to hang on to 4th place.
And the difference now, if you've nursed your super softs, is going to be so big. Look at the time Gasly's lost. What is he, 7 seconds off the lead of the race already? So just in having the tyres go 2 or 3 laps earlier, the race is almost finished.
Thought we were going to hear team radio, but Mitch Evans may be having a problem with it. Gasly defending from Markelov. And it's very close indeed as they come onto the main straight. And you see Markelov just with so much superior traction, breezing through. King's going to do the same. And remember, Pierre Gasly led this race. He's now down to 6th position. And also, Raffaele Marcello as they race down. King and Markelov on the same set of tyres. As Negrau's coming through as well. Markelov past King. And we've got Raffaele Marcello at the start of this lap was 5 seconds off the lead after being 9th at the end of lap 1.
It's absolutely incredible. There's obviously a 2-step difference. They don't have soft tyres here. It's medium and super soft. And this is an actual fight for position here. We've got 2 drivers on the medium, but Markelov, who has passed King somewhere,
for those on the super soft tyre.
Yeah, absolutely unbelievable. They could just be overtaken left, right, everywhere. It was just no defending on that. So this is sweet relief for everyone. Van Dorn and Evans actually did a good job, but a little bit slow on the front left for Evans, and now this is going to cost him so much. He's being held a good few seconds, and Van Dorn's just going to get out ahead of Gasly.
So Evans losing time. They couldn't release him into the fast lane of the pit lane. That would have been an unsafe release, and he would have taken a penalty. And we've got contact between Norman Nato and Nicholas Latifi. So not sure where that is, but you notice we've got a virtual safety car. So this is in the penultimate corner, and you can see Latifi on the medium tyre trying to go past Nato on the super soft. And this is Rio Haryanto's stop that happened a few moments ago. And just like Mitch Evans, another problem on the front left.
Yeah, they just didn't put it on square there, the mechanic. Not too bad. I think Evans
a couple of laps where those who started the race on super softs couldn't enter the pits because you have to complete 6 racing laps. And there you see the message at the top of your screen. The drivers will receive it. We're about to go racing once again in Abu Dhabi as the virtual safety car ends. There's the green flag. Off we go again. And immediately Jordan King and Artem Markelov are side by side. Markelov caught napping a touch, and that is the chaotic nature of a virtual safety car restart.
It is, but he did very well to defend that all by doing the extra lap.
So meanwhile, at the front, Raffaele Marcello trying to build a pit stop distance, and a lock-up for Jordan King in the battle for second place. That's going to send him off the road. He uses the tarmac runoff area. Thought he'd taken second in the race for the time being. He's going to have to give that place back to Artem Markelov.
Yep, he is. That was very ambitious on the cold tyres, and that is the medium tyres. They're difficult to warm at the start, and he's got to let Markelov go there. I think he's doing exactly that, but Negrau's behind, and he's going to be trying to take advantage as well. And look at that, that was Gasly under investigation speeding in the pit lane. Yeah,
as if his day couldn't get any worse. A disaster for Pierre Gasly. This is Rossi and Haryanto straight away. He was ready for that from the moment it came out.
That was exactly what he needed to do, and Haryanto so dozy there. He knew Rossi was right behind him, and of course Rossi, someone that's struggled a little bit comparatively in qualifying.
Not fighting for this win yet.
No, in fact, he didn't lose nearly as much as I thought in that pit stop melee, and he certainly didn't lose too much here. Nice helping hand of DRS. And actually, I saw here, so Galail then gets DRS as soon as that's a detection point, and then actually could have had a run back at Mitch. Fortunately, he's more sensible than that. He's got well out of shape there as Gasly's coming through. It looks like he's just jumping out of the way like a back marker there.
So, problems for Sean Galail. But interesting point with the DRS.
On this second straight that we're watching Berthon now, coming past another car.
Oh, Markelov has got a problem and is coming to a halt. He was going so well in second place. A real chance of repeating his podium from earlier in the season in Belgium. And
is that Marcello that's behind him coming through Sony?
I think that is De Jong. It is. It's car number 12, which is Daniel De Jong. But problems for multiple cars here as Artem Markelov's chance of a podium evaporates.
You try to power cycle the car if you can. Try to power cycle the car if you can. So off and on. And finish.
What a shame for Markelov. He was doing so well as well, keeping well within 5 or 6 laps. But then, of course, we've got to remember that he's going to go onto the super soft tyres, and they're going to give up before the end of the race, I'm sure. So he can't attack too much when he does come out the pits.
The real loser in the opening period of pit stops, where Evans will get it because he is still trying to pass Malia for position.
Exactly, this should have been a good chance here for Gasly to actually try and pass Mitch, but he's not been close enough. Well, the two behind are going to get DRS, and Evans is going to come straight up the inside of Malia, the first opportunity. Now Gasly's got to come through. Malia's gone very wide, just letting Mitch through nicely there, but he's going to pick up DRS, so it's not going to be as easy for Gasly now. And look in the background, Rossi as well, who was 2.5 seconds off Mitch, is coming quickly back towards them as well.
Rossi seemingly to have good tyre management to make the move on the back straight, and now look at the gap between Rossi, who we ride on board with. He's right with him. Oh, and so Malia won't get the DRS, but both of these guys will.
Yeah, tidy lines from Rossi up the inside of Gasly. That's another fantastic move. I was going to say, let's remember how aware he was with Haryanto, and he's just so committed in the racing. Brilliant stuff from Rossi.
So Gasly, both of them will have couldn't make the move on Malia. That's what Rossi's trying to do as they head down into turn 11. He's got the inside line, and that's 2 cars in 2 straights. Impressive stuff from the American.
Yeah, Rossi doing exactly what Gasly should have done last lap round. Just chuck it up the inside. He was not that close to Malia in the braking zone, but he just knew he had to do it. And look, Gasly again now. We're into sector 3, and he's stuck behind Malia. So this is where Malia ran off the track on the last lap, and he's gone in reasonably deep, but he's just about held it on that time. And he's going to cost Gasly so much more time. Evans has just gone up the road.
So this was the phenomenal opportunistic move from Alex Rossi down the inside.
This is exactly what I love about GP2. Rossi's so aware of what's going on. He knows this is his chance to pass Gasly. In pure racing, without a back marker, without interference, it's not easy to overtake, especially even with DRS, because there's a double DRS. And Matsushita finally, it looks like he's passed Pick, certainly into that one.
So that one was brewing for a while. The ART driver is through after Peak, who looks like he came back. And he did come back, heading down to turn 11. This was Peak getting back at Nobuharu Matsushita.
There you go. That is exactly what I was talking about earlier with the double DRS. You get done into turn 8.
Behind Gustav Malia. This is very confusing indeed. Now with the DRS, surely he's going to have to just throw it down the inside. He is. Malia's almost waiting for him to get through. And finally, 2 laps later than you would have expected it to happen.
21st on the grid. He's had a blinder so far, a lot of overtakes. Still got to come into the pits, of course, so he's going to drop further back down. And a minute ago, we had Evans getting the hurry up, and I think that's because he's so touch and go with Marcello. He's 35.5 seconds back from Marcello, who still leads the race.
And still, Peak and Matsushita are fighting over this 4th position. This has been rumbling on for many laps now. Peak holding a slender advantage, and Matsushita can't make it through. Mitch Evans can, though, and he is up in to 9th position with Rossi closing in, though. Back of the Campos driver, who's trying to go as long as possible, but really is suffering with tyre degradation. We're on board with Alexander Rossi down the inside, DRS open to the inside of the racetrack, up into a better position. He's managed to make it work, and now Baton has got past peak, really overtaking all over the place today. And this is a really strong drive for Nathaniel Baton, driving Lazarus in their last GP2.
Yeah, he's driven such a good race as well. Still 53.9. He was doing 54 deads when I said it before. Every lap is pretty much within a tenth. And now he's going to come out very, very tight with Evans. The gap is 35.6, so it stayed exactly the same the last couple of laps.
He comes out in this race. Is that Van Dorn? It is. So Van Dorn is ahead of him. Where is Marcello? There he is, exiting the pit lane now. And so Van Dorn has breezed through for the moment. What can Marcello do with the super soft rubber without burning it out? As you see Mitch Evans in the background there.
Cold tyres, but that pit stop from Trident was really good, and it's made
We join the race winner, the man who had to make multiple overtakes work. He seemed to catch the cars in all the right places, and now he's going to become the record winner in GP2. Stoffel Van Dorn wins in Abu Dhabi, and that is a magnificent 11 wins in the sport. And you see Raffaele Marcello, after such a mature drive, comes home in second. Evans coming home in third. Rossi couldn't do anything about the Kiwi. He is in fourth position. Fifth was Pierre Gasly. And you see Jordan King struggling into the final corner, but he's going to keep Haryanto at bay to take sixth. Alex Lynn is eighth. He will start tomorrow from the reverse. And Van Dorn has blown them all away. He is your winner by 9.4 seconds, ahead of Raffaele Marcello. Mitch Evans is third. Fourth, Alexander Rossi. Gasly was fifth. Sixth, Jordan King. Rio Haryanto was seventh. Reverse grid pole for Alex Lynn in eighth. Andre Negrão is ninth. Baton 10th with a point for Lazarus. Then it's Matsushita Kanemassas in 12th position. So a strong day with 10th and 12th for Lazarus. Then Sorokin, not what we've been used to seeing from the Rapax driver.